You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
Ups and downs, no matter how you try, the world will frown. Your hopes are up, your life's on high, keeping your head held to the sky. Bright lights, stay calm. You see your name. You work so hard both night and day to claim your fame. So I lay down and feel, take it all away. Your hopes, your dreams are here.
yourself, take your time, kick off your shoes and have a little wine. Maximize your day. Enjoy yourself, slow it down, play with the kids and act like a clown. Throw your blues away, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Ooh, yeah. Enjoy yourself, you know you do. Lie on the beach and check out the view. Make the moment last. Enjoy yourself, do your thing. Walk on the grass, swing on the swing. Doesn't matter what you do as long as you enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Ooh. Enjoy yourself.
Say you love me. Say I'm the one your eyes see. Tell me you need me, you need me. Deep down inside, like I need you, you see. I need you to see me through. I just want to hear you say, baby, 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 I love you. Through the rain and through the cold, together we can never grow old. Sometimes the going can get a little tough. There'll be too many times, my Lord, the road's gonna get a little rough, but I need you to see me through. I just wanna hear you say,
Don't tell me that it's over. Don't tell me Don't tell me that you're leaving. I've been nothing without you. I still love you. I love you. And I need you. Don't go. Don't tell me that it's over. No, don't tell me that we're through. Don't tell me that you're leaving. I've been nothing without you. Don't tell me. Don't me that we're through.
this mood. And as the day turns into night, I enjoy my favorite view. Just a thought of loving you, yeah. You got me burning, baby, burning for you. Want you to tell me what you need. She said I need you to love me, to make my soul. Can't get much better, babe, better than your love. No. You to love me, to my soul, my soul, my soul. I'll tell the truth, I'll pass your test. On this round and round we go. I'll be the man who does the best as we take things nice and slow. Something about the way you pour into me, girl. You got me learning about you. I'm just a man and knows what he wants. She said I need you to love me, to my soul. You can't get no better, baby, better than my love. She said I need you to love me, to my soul, my soul.
Touche, J. Lamont coming at you with a class. Yeah, y'all gon' feel this.
Every time I think of you, I'm so amazed for all the things that you have done for me. Yeah, I'm so glad that I found you for all my needs. Now let's make this moment we can truly see. Gonna love you all through the night. Through the night. And make everything alright.
Make it alright, baby.
Gonna love you all through the night. Who's gonna love you? Who's gonna love you, girl? I'm gonna love you, girl. What a drum to have when it's someone like you. Always takes me high up to the sky. Now I'm laying here holding you, feeling so free. This special night is you and me.
It's you and me. Through the night, baby.
Make everything alright.
What you wanna do?
Love you all through the night.
Let me know, girl.
Who's gonna love you, girl?
Me?
I'm gonna love you, girl.
Lay your head on my pillow, you in a dreamer's high. Elevated from middleman up into the sky. Mileage when we roam. Vacation in island homes. Queening just like a spade, but slamming just like a game of bones. Love's a lethal weapon, and I'm aiming for your heart, body, mind, and soul. Baby, tell me what's the deepest part. What should I start, girl? You solid as a rock. Waterfall love, pray the current never stop. Cook good, eat good, curvy as can be. You my better half, baby. God cooked you up for me. Hey, Touche the greatest, better yet the legendary. Straight out the pavement, rose from the concrete. Ma, know you beautiful, clean out to your cuticle. Elevated mind nowadays, that's unusual. Hold me down through the worst. I'm giving you the best. You an asset, baby. All love, nothing less. Man, y'all told y'all wasn't ready. It's J. Lamont and Touche, baby.
Who's gonna love you, girl?
Me?
I'm gonna love you, girl. Gonna love you all through the night.
Through the night. Day.
And make everything alright.
I hope you lace your boots, shoebox
Gonna
production.
love you all through the
3RE.
night.
3RE, baby.
Who's gonna love you, girl?
Me?
I'm gonna love you, girl.
That's it.
Who's gonna love you, girl? I'm gonna love you, girl.
We out.
You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source. Welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot, and of course we have a wonderful guest today, Mr. Darren Rahn's in the house. Everybody, help me welcome. Hey,
Hey guys,
yeah.
glad to be with you. Glad to hang.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming and coming back to hang out with us. It's been a minute since you've been here, but we really enjoyed you when you was here the last time on your last project, and you got a brand new one out. And in fact, the listeners just heard a couple from there. They actually heard the actual title track, "Rock the World," and then following that, yeah. So very nice. The whole project is awesome, and
Thank you.
yeah, man. So just congratulations on another wonderful project, and welcome to the show.
I appreciate that. It's always feels good to be surrounded by fellow music lovers, and feels good to have the album finished and done.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of exhale now, take a little breath, and put it out there. For people to
Absolutely.
hear.
Yeah. Well,
And also for Joyce isn't here, so
mhm.
to replace the Joyce, we've got John Taylor.
Yeah, John Taylor was nice enough to come through, hang out.
Yes,
Welcome,
co-hosting.
John.
Yay, John.
Thank you much. Thank you much.
Yes, indeed.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be a crazy hour for sure. For 2 hours.
Yeah, it might be. You take your chances putting me in front of a camera, so we'll just go with it and see what happens.
But don't feel bad, John. I'm on there every week, so I.
No. What?
I'm on there.
Hey, Ray, I'm right in here with you, brother.
So you heard it too. Okay, it wasn't just me.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I've done it like that.
yeah. We all heard that one. But no, John, we really do appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, and you're gonna have some cool information for us later on in the show. We're gonna talk about, but thanks for coming in and hanging out with us and sitting in for Joyce. Joyce is on a gig, and so anyway, she told me to tell everybody hello, and she will be returning next week. But yeah, let's get into our guest, Mr. Darren Rahn. Yeah, Ron, man, your music's awesome, and like I said, we got so much to catch up with you, because since the last, like I said, I can't remember how long that was when you were on the last time, but when you were here, yeah, that Sonic Boom project was just awesome. And,
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a while ago. I think maybe 5 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's been a long stretch between albums for me, for multiple reasons. I think first and foremost, from an artistic standpoint, I've always kind of felt like creating music, I need to allow the music to kind of come, and then when it's done and it's ready to go. And I know a lot of the kind of modern pattern is to do like an album every year or every 2 years. And for me, it's always been more about just getting the right collection of music together. And then, of course, also, it's been a busy few years also working with other artists too. So,
Right.
but I'm glad to have the new one done and out there, and hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah. Now, for
yeah.
those that are watching and that don't know, Ron, and they may have been under a rock or something, but you do, like I said, even though you're an artist and you do all that and everything, but you also produce a lot of wonderful artists as well. You've been doing that for quite some time. You work with so many. Kind of explain your overall position there, what you do there.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I've always been a sax player, but for me, the doors opened for me as I was writing and producing and working for other artists. I think like any industry, it's kind of all about relationships, and so working with other artists gave me the ability to meet a lot of people, and you're working for artists and record labels, and those relationships develop. And then, at some point, they said, hey, well, how about you? How about your music? And I said, well, it's always been my first thing. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm ready whenever you guys are ready. I'm ready. And yeah, shortly after my time with doing some stuff for Wayman and Dave Koz, you know, I had a label reach out to me and say, well, let's put your record out. So you know, so we did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That is so cool. And this new project that we're featuring today, tell me a little bit about this project as far as that goes and all of the people involved.
Well, Rock the World, this would be my first full album release on my own record label. So, you know, I had those early years where I, you know, worked with different labels, and you know, really grateful for those opportunities. But the landscape of the music industry has changed so much in the last, you know, 10, 15 years. And, you know, I've kind of tested the waters over the year. I did a few independent releases with singles and just felt like this was time to, you know, do a full project on my own label. And so I did. The title track, Rock the World, the concept of Rock the World, you know, it's interesting. I started working on some of this music well before the pandemic. But you start working on this music and, you know, there's always some sort of unifying factor. And sometimes from a creative standpoint, sometimes you have that notion ahead of time. But in this case, it kind of began to form while I was working on the music. And then when the pandemic hit, it kind of struck me that, yeah, this music that I was hoping would kind of bring people together and lift them up, it kind of happened at just the right time. So our world, you know, first and foremost, our world has been rocked.
True.
This is it doesn't matter what side of the equation people are on. This is something that has changed our world forever. And
Yes, it has.
so my hope was then that I could take the, you know, music that was inside of me and rock the world and you know, lift people, yeah, in a good way, lift people up. And yeah, that's the basic notion of it. And you know, people will kind of, you know, poke fun and say, yeah, but it's not rock. Yeah, of course it's not rock. I'm a you know, contemporary jazz musician.
Right.
I don't think
Rock Your World doesn't
jazz world doesn't really you know, but it's that whole idea of rocking the world with something that will lift people up and hopefully you know, encourage them and put a smile on their face.
Right. Right.
But you know, Dan, you know, since that pandemic, a lot of artists had a lot of time to go back and reevaluate themselves with their music, and you know, hey, that's what it was there for. You know, that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming out with decent sounds.
Yeah, it definitely, you know, going through something like this, you know, artists, we, you know, have a lot of our artists live pretty kind of fancy and carefree, and you know, they're here one day, they're over here the next day, and you know, we've traveled around the world. So you know, when that all shut down, it kind of flips the mirror back at yourself and forces you to kind of really take a deep look at okay, what is it that I have to contribute here, and how can I do that? You know, for me, it really shone a spotlight on how bad people need music.
Yeah.
You know, this is
So true.
something that, you know, we know people for years. You have your diehard music fans, and they'll show up at all the concerts and all the festivals, but a lot of people have kind of taken it for granted. And so I think this has been a time when going without those live events, going without the face-to-face for a year and a half or two, really helps us realize how special that is when we get to do it.
But you know, they still have to realize that this is going to be around a long time. Long time. It probably never get away from us, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, music is one of those things that transcends. It transcends words. It transcends, in many ways, it transcends time or space.
Right.
It's something that kind of has its own life, and I think God designed music that way. So it's kind of one of the beautiful things during a difficult time is to realize how important this is to us.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Darren, I want to ask. This is interesting question.
Mhm.
What was your first live show after the pandemic, and what was your feeling when you hit the stage for the first time after we've been shut down for 18 months?
I was really fortunate in that I was one of the few artists that got to do a couple shows during the pandemic. And I remember because I had been booked at Spaghettini in Seal Beach, and I've played there, once or twice a year for the last 15-20 years.
Right.
And it was one of the very few places that hadn't completely shut down, but it was a really surreal experience. I mean, to walk into a venue that normally, even a smaller venue like that normally had 150, 200 people, and here tables were spaced apart, and they had there were 70 people or 80 people,
Compared
and
to the 200 or closer to, yeah.
and you could it was almost palpable when you played. It was different, like there was such a you could sense what people had been through.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, how deeply and profoundly grateful they were to be experiencing music. But then, fast forward post pandemic to the same venue. We were there just a couple weeks ago, and now all of a sudden, sold out, back to full capacity, and people were so grateful. But it really, for me, just the appreciation to understand how fortunate we are to be able to do this. And I told my band, I said, these last 6 months, 2 or 3 performances after the pandemic, to really understand how fortunate we are to get to do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a much greater appreciation because of it.
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask you this here, maybe I don't think it's out of line. How do you feel wearing the mask, wearing the mask and blowing your sax through the mask?
Well, I know we have a wide range of opinions, and I'm not going to force my opinion on anyone. But there's different kinds of saxophone players. Okay.
Yeah.
There are. The tradition I came from was that kind of New York tenor, where you really blow.
Right.
Like people sometimes say, Darren, when you play saxophone, it looks like your face is going to explode. And I said, well, yeah, it kind of does. That's the school I come from. But that school, there's no playing a saxophone with a mask on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's either I'm playing my saxophone or I'm not playing my saxophone.
Exactly.
I play or I don't.
And there actually were. I mean, my wife is a band teacher in public schools, and they had masks with holes in it, and I was just thinking to myself, how
could they do that?
And once again, without even putting my personal opinion forward, like just the physics of playing a horn, the breathing is everything.
Yeah, it is.
So for me, it was either I'm playing or I'm not playing. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it with a mask with a slit on it, which in my opinion is a bit of an oxymoron. Anyways, I think if we're talking about public safety and germs and things like that, then I think we have to be serious about, okay, should this event be happening right now?
Yeah.
I did. John, you asked about like the performances during and after the pandemic. And yeah, one of the thoughts that would go through my mind when I was performing was, okay, this is probably not a time at this moment. It's not a time for me to walk out into the crowd. You see, because as a performer, maybe in the past, you don't even think about that something. If it feels like it's the right thing, you just do it. But now here we are, especially during the pandemic, where we've been told that it's airborne, and so then as a performer, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, maybe this is not the moment for that. Maybe this is one of those times where we have to wait. So it's been a big shift. Things you didn't think about before, and now having to think about them.
Absolutely.
And that's the general mindset of most people I've talked to. You play by feeling, and you vibe with the audience. But now there's that extra component where do I or don't I, and you tend to think a little more during the performance than you did before.
Yeah.
And so it's a different ball game now. So
and that's I've always played. I've left it all on the stage. I mean, I put my guts out there, and so for me, I think it's going to be different for every person, and every instrument. There are instruments where they're not blowing much wind, But for me, the consideration probably is, okay, is this a venue and a gig and a moment and a time when I'm able to pour my heart out? Because if it is, I'm all in. And if it's not that moment, if I'm not able to pour my heart out, then maybe this is not the performance that I need to say yes to.
Sure.
That makes sense, a lot of sense. But I tell you about that, man. Hell, I couldn't even breathe in it. That's the worst feeling I ever had in my life, wearing this thing constantly.
It's been it's really this is a time where that, like I said, rock the world.
Yeah.
And then the question is, how do we rock back? I know there's been a lot of frustration, there's been a lot of division, and my hope is just that, and I think music is one of these things that really unites and brings us together. So that's my hope, is that just to be able to cherish these moments when we get to share music and hopefully bring people back together.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'll tell you the one thing that go ahead, Chris.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Chris.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was going to tell you one of the things that I noticed and appreciate about that time period is that people tend to have more appreciation for music, and the things that they took for granted, they're not taking for granted anymore. First of all, for two entertainment industries to shut completely down, especially the biggest ones, music and movies, were just unheard of.
Right.
And so people would take things for granted. Well, I'll see them, they'll be back on it. It's not like that anymore. Now the people are actually coming out, and they're coming out purposefully to see the artist, because they know now, anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it actually in a weird sort of way helped the industry, because people are more attentive, and I think they're more purposefully going out and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and it also forced artists, the stage was shut down.
Yes.
And so the first place artists went is, okay, I can't be on stage, but I got to keep doing music. And so it really kind of shifted the focus back to the creation of good music.
Yes.
And which is, I think that's something that really should always be at the forefront of our minds as artists. And so it really allowed us to focus on that. And hopefully too, I think, if we look at things with a mature perspective, and we see what happened, we also have to consider, it's wonderful. I'm so glad things are opening up again. But let's not take this for granted again. And B, things can change at any time. So let's make the most of each of these moments that we have now, when we have the opportunity to create or perform. It's an important thing.
Yes.
Right. And when we were off the air, I think it was Gary had mentioned, or somebody had mentioned, because I've seen a lot of posts of people, a lot of our artist friends are, on the DK cruise in Amsterdam. And because I thought you had, I had seen something that you were planning on going, that was part of it. So I know that you're not there. So can you tell us what happened as to why you weren't part of the cruise?
Well, there were some unexpected scheduling things that happened, and then to couple with that, I'm actually in the middle of producing some new music for Dave right now.
Oh, okay.
And that deadline falls round about the same time frame. So we're, we've got our fingers crossed that they're hoping that we can make it happen next year. But it was just some circumstances that were out of our control. Right. And Dave he's one of my dear friends. I'm so excited seeing all the posts from the cruise and all the people that are on there right now. I know it's going to be the time of their lives.
Oh yeah.
So it's really awesome to see that. And and while they're there doing that, I'm here, finishing up some new material for Dave that I'm sure he's going to be excited to share with all you guys. So, in the end, it's a good thing, and he's one of my dear friends, and I just love him to death.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, cool. I wonder if he took his puppy with him.
Actually, no.
Aww.
I think in the end it was probably, that's an amazing little puppy. I got to meet Buddy.
Aww.
But I think a puppy that age, that might be a little overwhelming, because I'm guessing pretty much every person on that ship would probably want
to be petting him.
a piece of Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is adorable.
He's so cute, so cute.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I had to say, in person, he's even more cute.
Oh, I bet.
And he's just got the sweetest little personality.
Yes. Do you think Dave would like to come on to the show to share the music that you produced?
You'd have to ask him. Dave he's pretty amazing. He keeps in touch with so many people. So,
Plus, he has so many plates too.
I can always pub you guys and mention it. But you can reach out to Dave's people, and I'm not sure the actual release date, and I can't really chat about the details. But it's a really cool. It's a really cool little project, and we're having a good time.
All you gotta do is we'll handle the rest of it. Just put a bug in his ear.
Bug in his ear. Can you elongate that a little bit longer, please? Lord have mercy.
Now, speaking of,
all we have to do is just tell him that Ray's on the show, and that should pretty much do it.
Yeah. Just watch him to see if he falls asleep on you.
Yeah.
Dave, we've got Ray. That's all you need to know. Just come on. We got Ray.
Yeah, and speaking of Dave Coss, on this particular project that you have, Darren, there's a track on there that has features Dave and then two other sax players with you?
It was the song is called "The Perfect Storm."
Yeah.
And this is a song that Dave and I started on, oh my goodness, maybe 12, 13 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And we kind of wrote a hook 13 years ago, but we never, it wasn't a complete song, and it was one of those things that almost made it onto a few albums, but we hadn't hashed out the full song and what it needed to be. And as I was doing the new album, I play all the saxophones, but tenor is my main voice.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I'd always wanted to do a song where I could have like 4 tenors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you remember the old school straight ahead jazz, the 4 tenors, and I thought it might be cool to kind of do a modern 4 tenors vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And was just thinking about, like, who are the players that I grew up that really were instrumental in the formation of my career.
Right.
And so I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can get 4 of us together. So it was Dave, Najee, Everett Harp, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was utter mayhem trying to wrangle 4 saxophones together on a track. They're all masters of the craft. So it actually worked out really well. And so finally, after 12 or 13 years, we finished it up and released it.
Got it together. Awesome.
Yeah.
By any chance, because I can't remember if Whataburger is in Colorado, because that would be one of the enticings for Everett Harp.
There was. I don't know if they're still here. I think a bunch of them closed up. But yeah, we've had Whataburger here.
Because I know when Everett comes back to Texas, because he's a Texas boy, he goes straight to Whataburger.
Oh, you know what? No Whataburgers here. I was thinking of there was another place, but I have family in Texas, so yeah, when we go down to Texas,
Whataburger, yes.
Whataburger is one of our stops when we go down
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
And Whataburger, it's all right, but
It's all right.
I'll tell you, boy, you allowed to be in there 30 minutes waiting for that burger. Boy, they slow.
They snappy.
It's a
They
good burger.
snappy.
You don't want
at
to keep
all.
Ray waiting. You don't want to keep Ray waiting. That's for sure.
'Cause he's
Hey,
hungry.
everything good takes time, Ray.
Yes.
We can't rush it.
Then when you're walking there, you're hungry as a wild animal, and you sitting there, wait, what's going on?
So a little bit earlier, we mentioned you mentioned Wayman. Of course, you know I kind of know the story, but could you kind of tell us a little bit about your experience with Wayman?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, it was you know, I say early in my career, but truth be told, I had been, you know, pounding the pavement for 15 or 20 years before that opportunity came along.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reaching out to some record labels to share my music. And I got a email back from one of them. Gosh, that must have been 2003, maybe 2003, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day I get a phone call. It was an LA area code, and it was Dave Cause saying, "Hi, my name is, you know, nice to meet you."
Yeah.
And me and my friends just started a record label, and you know, we want to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And so fast forward a couple months, I'm in LA meeting with them, and while I was in Los Angeles, I guess they had just signed Wayman. And they were getting to release his Hang Time album, and the album was done, but they called me and said, "Hey, we heard your demo, and Wayman is looking for something fresh, and he's in town and wants to meet you." So, you know, a couple days later, I'm in their office meeting Wayman Tisdale, and Wayman said, "I want you to produce a song." And so I came back to Denver and I think produced that track in about 9 days. A week and a half later, I was back in LA with Dave Radome, who mixed that song. And the rest is history. You know, if a handful of weeks later, it was #1 on Billboard. And
it took off, didn't it?
and, you know, my phone, by God's grace, my phone has been ringing ever since.
Yes,
you know?
it has. Yes.
Awesome.
He was amazing. Wayman's innate sense of melody. There was nothing prefabricated with Wayman. It just poured out of his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I took away so many lessons in the studio with him. So many times I would say, "Hey, here's a demo, and you know, I want to change this and do this," and he would call me back and he would say, "Don't touch it." You know, it's exactly what it needs to be. You know, you just get my part on here, and you know, maybe get a guitar player on it, and we're good. And really, he would call that, you know, learning how to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
He would say, "Darren, don't be a fool. Don't try to go out of your lane." He said, "I'm me and you're you, so you stay in your lane and I'll stay in my lane." And what a valuable lesson that early on, because that was where it, you know, gave me the permission to be who I am.
Right.
Which is not Wayman Tisdale. You know, he would walk in a room and he would light up the universe, right? He would just, you know, without even saying anything. But that's who he was.
That's who he was, yeah.
He saw that I was a little more kind of introspective and subdued and very kind of, you know, think pretty deeply about music and about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And he just encouraged me. He said, "Yeah, that's who you are. Just be that."
Right.
And it created this synergy between the two of us in the studio. I mean, we went after his unfortunate passing. His record label called me and said, "Okay, we need outtakes, material, songs that didn't get released, things that didn't get finished." And you know, I didn't really have anything for them because very unusually, like normally when you work with an artist, there's maybe a bunch of material that, you know, you didn't quite finish or it didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
With Eamon, every single thing that we ever finished ended up records because it was meant to be. So it was such a beautiful time, and I cherish that so much.
Oh,
yeah. And I know last time when you were on, you talked about this particular story of Wayman when he had gone over to your house and he had just had the surgery on his leg. Tell the story, because I love that story.
Just had his knee replacement, and he was coming out here to record his parts on, gosh, which album was that? That was not Hang Time and not Way Up. The one after that. What was that? Never Gonna Give You Up. What was the name of that album?
Oh,
there's one that we did the song with Toby Keith.
Oh yeah.
Barry White remake. And it was his last full album before he passed. But he came over and he had been, you know, he called me the day before and he said, listen, he said, they're going to fly me in my wheelchair, but the doctor gave me a cane. He's given me permission to walk. Like just the very day he's been given permission to use a cane, he's on an airplane to come record.
Right.
And so he got here to my place and was coming down the stairs to the studio down in the basement, and I said, man, hold on a second before you go down those stairs. I got to grab something. I said, don't you dare go down those stairs without me. I said, you know, I probably can't hold you up, but at least I could break your fall, you know.
Right.
So I turned around to grab something, and I hear this huge, like, bang, and my heart just dropped into my stomach, and I thought, this guy just, right fresh out of surgery, just fell down my stairs. So I turned around to go down there, and Wayman is sitting on the stairs laughing uncontrollably. He hit the wall with his fist to make it sound like he fell. He wanted to give me a heart attack. He was just laughing.
That's funny.
I was messed up.
Yeah. It sounded like him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Listen, there's nothing I would have been able to do anyway. He
There's so much. I mean, he was a giant compared to all of us, you know.
And I got to see him perform too, like when he had his cane too, right before all that, you know, before he left. So
he's really the epitome of just a natural. You know, it just everything just flowed naturally from him, and I love that about this. There was no pretense. There was no, and it didn't matter where we were. We could be in the basement writing music, or we could be, you know, at an NBA celebrity event. It was one of the beautiful things about him.
Yeah.
He didn't have that kind of Hollywood stigma attached to him. He just was beautifully naturally himself everywhere he went. And playing music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he left us too soon.
No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
Too
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
But you know, he had a good NBA career also. It was a good career.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful career, and then I think the thing that shocked everyone when his NBA career was done, to show the world that he was actually an even better musician. You know, one of the greatest in what he did on the ball court, but even greater as a musician, and then even greater just as a person.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's funny you mentioned that, because that's where I can personally attest to that. I remember his basketball career, and you know, this was before I was even in the industry, and I didn't realize that he had the talent that he did in music. And so the first time I saw him, I'm like, what in the world? and he was fabulous.
Yeah.
So you know, it was one of those that's, you know, you just can't, you don't have words when a person is that talented to be able to shift like that into something that doesn't appear to have any connection whatsoever,
Right.
and shine in both industries.
Yeah.
And you're right, and then shine as a person. I just got to tell you, you know, because he's OU guy. My wife just came into the room Boomer. I'm like, oh my god.
The Boomer Sooner. Sooners.
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
He was diehard. And I know so many people have asked, why him? Why did we lose? Why to lose someone like that early? But I often just hear his voice subliminally in my head saying, "Stay in your lane. Don't be a fool. Stay in your lane." And what he gave to us in the time he was here, it was so profound. And although we can't always understand the whys of everything, to think about what he left us, and this notion of leaving the world a better place. We don't tomorrow's not promised for any of us, right?
Right.
And even the last couple of years has really shone a light on that. So yeah, in the time we do have here to maybe to take the spotlight away from ourselves and look around us and see, where is it that I can impact?
Yes.
How can I reach someone's life? And outside of music, we will walk into a restaurant together, and the way he would greet someone and make their day better, the way he would put a smile on the wait staff, on their face, those are the things that last.
Yes.
So beautiful legacy.
Yes, it is. Okay, well, let's take this time to go into another Darren Rahn music break. I want to, the track that we were talking about a little bit earlier, "The Perfect Storm." We'll go ahead and lead off with that one, and then I'll drop another one. Then we'll come back and talk about it as well. All right, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, everybody.
Sounds good.
All right, well, keep it locked right here, everybody. Enjoy the music, and we'll be right back with you right here on GHP Radio, the Indie Live Spot.
And Henry, I'm not asleep.
Did you send a
Yeah,
message to
you've been
him?
dozing off.
No.
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Right here. I'm getting
you just heard actually a couple more from Darren. So nice, A Perfect Storm, and then we went right into Caught Up in You, featuring Mr. Brian Culberson. So like I said, you working with a whole lot of big timers, man. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's part of the reason too I took my time on the album was letting the music develop so that I could take the time to find the right guest artists too, And I've been so fortunate to have an opportunity to work with some of these guys over the years, and that one, I had the song written, and I mean, I just heard Brian on it, and I called him up, and he said, yeah, man, let's do it. So, it's good. He's an amazing musician, and he also co-produced that with me. I kind of had the foundation of the tune set, but us collaborating on the song as artists also opened up the door, for him to kind of put some of his bells and whistles on, and so it really was a true collaboration.
Wow, very nice.
That's cool. Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, and he has a very, very nice release. Released this weekend, I think, or
he just did three albums in 18 months. So
he's a beast, isn't he?
The trilogy.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, let me tell you, that's quite an undertaking. That's.
Yeah.
He deserves a vacation right now.
But
he's busier than ever. He's got his thing coming up in Napa here in June.
Right.
I'll be joining them, I think, on the final night there.
Okay.
On the 11th. Be joining Brian and a few other people for their finale on Saturday night.
Man.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Definitely. Very, very nice. So you got this brand new release and everything. So are you gonna be? You got some things lined up for your promotions on it as well. You're gonna be out live in it.
Yeah, I've got some gigs here and there. We've already done my CD release here in Denver.
Okay.
And the West Coast CD release we did a couple weeks ago at Spaghettini. And a few gigs here and there as I'm able to go do them. I'm in the middle. I think I mentioned earlier, I'm also in the middle of a bunch of fairly heavy productions right now. So it's a balance, productions, gigs. But it's always fun when I can get out there and do my main thing, which is playing the saxophone. So we've got some cool stuff lined up.
Sweet, very sweet.
There's nothing like collaborating. That's how some of the best music has been made. Is when you get talented people together and they put their minds together and they come up with something that would have never existed. And it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt. The both the artist collaborations on the album, and then even like the session players, the guys that play on the songs. For me, I always feel like it's really important to allow each person to bring what they bring to a song. And I mean the old saying, two heads are better than one.
Yeah.
And sometimes 3 or 4 are better than 2. So
yeah, it's true. It's so
now
true.
you're becoming a Hydra. Okay.
Yeah, and also Darren, I guess, because some people don't even know it, but you actually have a twin, don't you? Like was it identical?
Yeah.
You guys look exactly the
Identical
same.
twin, my brother.
Yeah.
My twin brother Jason, who is also a musician. He plays trumpet and guitar, and he plays some keyboards. But he is involved in a fair number of projects that I work on. We do horn section work together. He's been featured on several things I've done in the past, and that's still kind of a bucket list thing that's waiting to happen too. I think it would be great for he and I to activate the twin powers and maybe do
maybe man
together one of these
like in
days.
that cartoon.
Yeah.
I think that
You got it, Griselda.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. What's his name again?
Jason.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that would be awesome, guys.
I tell you what, I'd like to do with that is put you both on the stage at the same time and then switch up instruments.
We could really, I guess, People have asked us about that. Like, when we were young, did you mess with people? And we were so identical. As you grow, you take on more of your own identity. But we really were very, very. A lot of people couldn't tell us apart.
Mm-hmm.
We could have had so much fun with it. I think we didn't want to break the rules, and we didn't want to, take advantage of people. But I think now we look back and wish that maybe we had done a little bit more of that.
A little bit.
We've messed with people a few times over the years. I was playing Jazz on the Vine a handful of years ago, and most of the artists that were playing at that event were people that I've known for years, and so I walked into the event, and Mindy Abear, who I've known for years, she was sound checking, and I went and said hi, and we've been friends for quite some time. And then maybe 20 minutes later, she was walking behind the venue, and she saw my brother, and she said, "Hey, Darren." And he said, "Mindy, you don't know me, but I know who you are." She looked at him and she said, "Darren, come on, quit messing with me."
Oh, that's awesome.
He said, "No, I'm serious." He said, "I'm serious. I know who you are, but I'm not Darren." And she's like, "Darren, stop it." And he said, "No, I'm Jason. I'm Darren's twin brother." And she thought it was me messing with her. And then, not too long after that, he and I were together. And she saw us together, and she kind of freaked out because she realized she had never.
He was talking to Jason.
He was actually telling the truth. So
Oh my God.
That's funny.
it's pretty funny.
That is.
funny. Oh my goodness.
That's kind of like Ray and I. The only difference you can tell with us is beard, because Ray's got a beard. People mix us up all the time.
You guys are part right.
We got glasses. I mean, I don't know how y'all do it. So.
One Papa's
Oh,
one
let's do that.
enough.
Say one with eyes open and one with eyes closed.
Hey, I got plenty of rest last night, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that, Ray.
Yeah.
I am good, But yeah, Keith is not bothering me in the room. Henry had said Ray's probably awoke now, asleep, one of the two. But no, Henry, I'm wide awake. Keith always give me a hard time.
Yeah.
Do you think we could just go with awake, because that wide sounds like a little bit of exaggeration, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I know it.
But
It's okay, brother. I got you covered. I'm going to send you all the information that you missed through our mental connection, and as brothers, we're good. You'll know it all.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. All right. Well, Darren, man, I want to just tell you, we really do appreciate you, hanging out with us today, and telling us about this wonderful music project and everything. And I know you got something you got to get to today. But before you leave us, I want you to please let everybody know how they can follow you and get your music and everything. And if you got some important dates coming up, let everybody know about that as well, sir.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm the new website is up at darrenrahn.com. It's DARRENRAHN.com, and you can get to pretty much everything from the new website. You can order physical CDs, a physical product, right there on the page, whether you would want a sealed copy or a signed copy. And then all my social media links are there too. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, /Darren Rahn. And upcoming dates, products, pretty much everything that you need right there on that page.
Cool.
That'll work.
There was a question in the chat room. Rod Williams, another sax player, He wants to know what brand of saxophone do you play?
I play a P. Moriat saxophone, and actually there's a link there on my website too. It talks about all my equipment, but I've been playing their horns for about 16, 17 years now, maybe longer. And the particular horn that I'm playing right now is it's a very unusual horn. It's a silver-plated horn. It's kind of got a matte finish with regular silver-plated keys, but it's a fully silver-plated, like a hybrid silver plate. So it has a little nice resonance and brilliance to it without being too bright. And then I play Jody Jazz Giant mouthpiece on my tenor. Marca.
I was about to ask about the mouthpiece too.
Yeah. Marca cane reeds, the American vintage, I like a lot. And then sometimes, if I'm somewhere where I'm battling weather and climate, sometimes I'll use a Leger synthetic live. And then Silverstein ligatures. So yeah, I feel really, really blessed to be able to play, a lot of these equipment by these fine companies. So
right. There you go, Rod.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because since Joyce wasn't here to ask a little more, I'm glad he brought that up. So
is that a common question there?
Well, for Joyce, yeah, because she gets into like massive technical stuff, and she gets into it. I'm like, okay, we're losing people now. She gets so deep into the conversation. It's like a lot of other people can't get there where she goes.
It doesn't the public if I play a 2 reed or a 2.5 reed or a 3 reed, but no. In all seriousness, it's all up on the website too, so people can check it out if you want to geek out and get into all the details and links there too to all the manufacturers if you want to check it out.
Cool. No, you didn't.
Ray, what are you talking about?
Oh, when Grease was talking about Joyce gets so technical, she said, "Oh, she loses people." No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Throw a little shade.
Because the majority of the audience will know a little bit, but she gets so more into it because she is a musician. That's her main thing is saxophone. So she gets to all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, a lot of people are not going to understand this, and then it's like, now I'm lost on this part of it. So.
I feel very cherished today because Joyce is not here. At least we can get a word in there.
Wow! Oh, that's cold. Well, she's gonna watch. She's gonna watch this back.
I know it. That's an inside joke. That's a joke on because man, we might well just sit back and not say nothing, just be mad.
Well, she gonna get you. She gonna get you good.
She is gonna get it. She's gonna get it. Hey, look, at this rate, maybe I should have just gone ahead and worn the wig like I talked about. You wouldn't have known. Nobody would know the difference. I mean, I shaved the mustache off and everything for today, man.
How funny! All right, well, guys, let's do this. We're gonna play one last one from Darren while he departs, and then when we come back, John will open it up for you to talk about the festival upcoming because it's almost here. But again, Darren, thank you so much for hanging out, taking the time. I know your schedule's busy and you have things that you got to tend to today, but we really enjoyed having you on today, and we're going to go into this last track that we haven't played yet, Cry. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, Cry, second track on the CD. So the title track, Rock the World, was the first one, which is, from an artistic standpoint, a little bit of an acknowledgement, an acknowledgement of what's happened, but also, like I said earlier, the encouragement that we can get through music. Cry is that's what it is. It's a cry for humanity. For me these last 2 years we've had the challenge of the pandemic, but for me personally there's also been a myriad of things in my heart that and I wanted to write a song that was a bit of a kind of an anthem, an outpouring, so to speak. So Cry is that. And then that, if you listen to the album in sequence, then it's followed up with another song called On Wings of Hope, which is kind of the flip side. This is the hope that we can have for the future.
Yeah.
So Cry that's what it is. It's a cry for humanity in the midst of everything we've been through.
Awesome. Very nice. And
any more, any shout outs you want to give before you leave us?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me, and to all the listeners. I mean, you guys, this genre of contemporary jazz, our listeners are so devoted, and it's really, really incredible the support we receive. So just thank you guys for everything, and thank you, Gary and Griselda and the crew for having me on, and we'll have to do it again before 5 years passes.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Darren, it was great
the
meeting
rest
you.
Of the CD, and that we can play the rest of the CD afterwards.
There you go.
Go ahead, John. You were saying something.
I was saying it was great meeting you, and hopefully this is the first of many times that I get to chat with you a little bit, because you've done some wonderful things. So thank you for what you do.
It's my pleasure, and thank you guys for having me on, and God bless each one of you richly.
God bless you too.
We sure need it.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Okay, Darren, thank you again, and we will see you on the flip side, and definitely keep us posted, man. Definitely keep us posted. All right, we're gonna go into Cry, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit with John and wrap things up. So keep it locked, and we'll be right back on the Indie Live Spot.
Enjoy yourself, take your time, kick off your shoes.
You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that last song from Darren. It was called "Cry," and then we also went into some other music. And but anyway, we enjoyed having Daryl on the show. Darren, I mean, and yeah, I really enjoyed having him on the show, and I hope you all really enjoyed the conversation we had with him and all his great music, and so. So now that we're back, I wanted to open the floor up. Our friend John here, because he has a great festival that's actually going to be coming up very, very quick here pretty soon, because it's we're already mid-May already. Can't believe how fast time flies. And but anyway, he has a great international festival. He'll give all the details for all of you that don't know about it. You might want to come down and jam with us here in Tulsa. Well, it'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma City, and it's I guarantee if you don't live in Oklahoma and you're just looking for something to do to come, this will be a great opportunity for you to kind of experience some wonderful things that happens here. And like I said, John has this great festival that's coming up, so I'm gonna just open it up. John, it's all you. Tell everybody about this wonderful festival coming up.
Well, I appreciate it, and thanks for having me on today. This was a lot of fun. This show is always a lot of fun, and I've been telling you guys that I'm a big fan. So, you know, and then you got my twin brother down there in the corner. But the TEG International Jazz Fest comes up on June the 3rd. It's a Friday. Some cities have something called First Friday, where they have a lot of celebrations and things like that. This is part of our Tulsa's First Friday, and has been for the last 7 years. We're going to have Cynthia Simmons is going to accompany the Northeastern State University Jazz Ensemble. Yeah. And that's and I'm gonna let her know that everybody said hi. But yeah, so that'll kick off the show, and then we have Joy Spencer, which I'm sure none of you on the show have ever heard of.
Of course not.
Joyce is wonderful, and of course Ray's gonna be in trouble when she gets back. But Joyce is going to be there. Right in the middle spot there, and then D. Lucas is going to close us out for the evening. So it's going to be a powerhouse show, awesome, and we're looking forward to it. And it's also an educational opportunity for us because it's part of the International Jazz Fest annual celebration. Even though April 30th was International Jazz Day, this is part of that celebration. And so we're thrilled to be able to bring this for the 7th year. It is presented by Spirit Bank, which has been our presenter for the entire time. So it's wonderful. But that's what's happening. And if you need more information about that, you can go to our website, which is internationaljazzday.com. Don't ask me how I got that, just know I did. And then also we are on Instagram as of yesterday, believe it or not. Okay. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. And so you can find out information there, but the main location is the website, internationaljazzfest.com.
Nice. Can't wait. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man.
What you're saying about being overbooked as far as the hotels and stuff?
Yeah, well, I was talking about the if you're going to get your hotel room, get it pretty quickly. There is a link in the description of the event on the website that you can go to. We've got a lot of stuff in Tulsa right now, and it's all going to be slowly pulling out. But if you get your room for the second, if you're staying over, or for the weekend, I would get it now and get that taken care of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we do have an official hotel, and again, all that information is on the website.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a full weekend in Oklahoma City. Full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and we were just talking about that. The Charlie Christian
Festival is going to be the next day on June the 4th in Oklahoma City. And then on June the 5th, my friend Lila Ba-Ali is going to be at the University of Central Oklahoma for a show with David and Ray Bowen accompanying her as a trio. So it's going to be a full weekend in Oklahoma for jazz. And if you're looking for a wonderful experience, Oklahoma's the place to be the first weekend in June.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
And also, I can't think when this coming up. They're gonna have the OU Jazz Festival in June also.
Oh yeah,
and
Jazz in June. Yeah.
Jazz in June.
That's coming up too.
Right. I forgot what date it is, but it's gonna be in June.
Yeah. So there's lots going on. Definitely, and very excited about all of this opening things that are happening now, and people getting back out, enjoying some of these great performances and shows. So awesome! And again, I want to thank you, John, for coming and hanging out with us and sitting in for Joyce. And man, I can't wait till the concert, man. The show, I can't wait.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, look like we got about 5 more minutes. So, Joyce, I mean, not Joyce.
Joyce.
Not Joyce.
Oh.
I was gonna say Grizz.
Wait a minute. Let me do this right. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man. But I was just gonna say, Ray and Grizz, do y'all have anything you would like to get out before we actually get ready to close out?
Sorry, it's our farewells.
Okay.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have your, co-host in Joyce's place, and there was Darren that came on. It's a nice show, but everyone that's listening to us, it's gonna be a good weekend in June in Oklahoma. It ain't steers and queers in Oklahoma now. We do.
Stop it.
Hey, ain't none of that.
Oh my goodness. Quit it.
But that's what they be saying sometimes.
Well, you're a mess.
Only you've been saying that. I've heard no one else say that but you.
Yeah.
Well,
It needs to stop.
It's always been said. It has been said.
Well, you don't have to keep repeating it.
But I said one time.
No, you've said it a lot of times before.
You're a hot mess. But anyway.
I don't remember that one, Greg. But it's gonna be a full weekend in Oklahoma, the first week in June. And I advise anyone to come to Oklahoma and enjoy themselves. And only thing I can say, I guess I just said it all. See you later, bye.
Grizz, please.
Anyway, just real quick, I think I have enough time. I'm just going to read the names I was able to catch. If I missed somebody, my apologies, because it was hard to kind of keep up today. We have Jazzy K.
Hey, Jazzy.
Gino Goss.
Gino.
Terry Remsen. J.C. Smith. Colleen Keithley. Marilyn, cousin Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn.
Gia Hyatt. Anya was in the house for a little bit. Thomas Durant.
Hey, Durant.
Cynthia Simmons Taylor was in the chat room as well. Lord V still in the chat room. Henry is in the chat room. Rod Williams. YJ. Jessica was in there from Tanzania. Audley Reed was in the chat room. Aaron also was in the chat room. Queen Rena Gibbons in the chat room.
Rena.
And I forgot who Ghost Jazz Trio is. I forgot who it actually is. I'm sorry.
That was James that we had on the show. Remember?
That's right. I was like, why did I forget? James. dude. Yes, he was in the chat room as well. Real quick. So thank you everyone for tuning in anonymously or my chat room gang. Thank you for supporting us. Still working on next week. Just trying to get all the, I's dotted and the T's crossed and all that before we can announce who's going to be on next week.
Okay.
So, but still join us if we can't close that deal out. We'll still have some great music that Gary will always be playing. So please join us next week and have a great weekend, everyone. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next Saturday. And please don't forget to invite people to come in and, join us, whether if they sign in the chat room or just to watch anonymously, that's fine too. Don't forget to do the thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And we'll see you next week.
All right,
Ciao.
everybody. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a great weekend.
Ciao.
listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
Ups and downs, no matter how you try, the world will frown. Your hopes are up, your life's on high, keeping your head held to the sky. Bright lights, stay calm. You see your name. You work so hard both night and day to claim your fame. So I let down and fear. Take it all away. Your hopes, your dreams are here. Today, hold on to your dreams. As hard as it may seem, hold on to your dreams. As hard as it may seem, today, tomorrow, the same they'll be. Your